What you guys, got another video here for you. If you can't access your NAS drives on Windows 11, then this video is for you. You can see in the network tab right here, I can actually see my NAS here, but I can't access through here because it's not displaying that part of the NAS that I need to click on so I can gain access to all of my files. And this was after we updated to Windows 11 25H2. It suddenly just disappeared and it doesn't reappear anymore. And there's many reasons why this can happen. Some people don't even see their NAS at all. And this is another pretty big problem for people. So I'm going to show you some of the things you can try to be able to see your NAS again on the network and basically access it properly. So whether you're using a Synology, a QNAP, a TrueNAS, a Western Digital, MyCloud, Acertor, or any one of those particular types of NAS, you'll be able to use these methods to try to gain access to your NAS on the local network. So first off, let's see what we got here. This is my actual network attached storage device. It is a Synology and it's a DS1520 Plus. Doesn't really matter what model of NAS it is because at the end of the day, this happens to all brands of NAS drives. So let's have a look here what we can do to try to fix it. There is the web page. I'm lucky enough to be able to see this part, which means I might be able to access it via the web, and I might be able to map a drive and be able to see it that way. But we'll show you these in a little bit later on in the video. So first, let's go to the next stage here, what we're going to do first. So I just want to quickly check the Windows version. To do that for yourself, you can just click on the settings cog button here and go down to system and then about, and you should see the version of Windows you're using. I've got Windows 11 Pro 25H2 here, and you will be able to see the build number there. This is the very latest version of Windows 11, and all of a sudden the NAS drive disappeared off the network. So, and it's not just happening to me, it's happening to someone who I know who has got a QNAP. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that the network is set up right. You can see here the network profile type is set to private network. That's fine. That's exactly what I want mine set to. And I'm going to go next down to the advanced network settings here. And we're going to check there as well. And inside here, I'm going to go to the advanced sharing settings here to make sure that we are sharing our network. So you can see here, network discovery is turned on. That means that any item on the network that is a network attached storage device will be detected because we've got network discovery enabled. So make sure all of these are on. The public part I've got turned off because I'm not accessing this from the outside. So now we've checked those settings here and everything is working fine and it should be set exactly like this. You can see the password protection sharing is on. Some people turn that off just to see if they can access it that way. The next thing I'm going to do is go to turn Windows features on or off. We can search for that at the very top here. Once we go inside here, you're going to see some SMB settings. Now, by default, Microsoft turned SMB1 off, and that's because it's become a bit of a security risk over the years. It's become outdated, and it has some major security flaws, making you a target for exploits like ransomware. So if you have a really old network attached storage device, you might need to re-enable this feature to access your network attached storage device. Most modern ones are SMB versions 2.0 or 3.0. These are the standard and they may only be on modern day network attached storage devices. So if you've got a pretty old one, you might want to enable that and restart the PC and you might see your network attached storage device suddenly appear. The next thing you want to do is go to search and type CMD and open up the command prompt and try to ping your network attached storage device IP. This is my IP right here, and you can see it's actually pinging it perfectly fine. That means it's functioning and it's working properly on the network. That means I should be able to access it. And this is a really good sign. If you're not being able to ping your network attached storage device, then something is going wrong and it's not visible on the network, and that is probably why you're having some other types of issues. But I have now got mine visible and it now can be seen, and I should be able to access it. So I should be able to see right here another icon other than this one right here, which will give me access to my network attached storage, but it's not showing me that. And this was the same thing for a QNAP. So I'm going to go to the three dots and I'm going to go to map a network drive to see whether I can map a network drive for this particular network attached storage device. So inside the folder section here, make sure the drive letter is not being used. So I'm going to use Z because we don't use that on our network. So that's fine. Now, if you click browse, you're probably not going to see anything here. Now, you should see something, but for some reason, this is not being displayed and you can't connect this way. Now, I used to be able to connect this way with no problem at all, but for some reason, now this is not being displayed here. But don't worry, we can always connect to it via our IP. So what we need to do is do // and then the IP address of your network attached storage, another /, and then the actual folder or share folder that you want to access on your network. So I can see Plex 2, I'm going to put here /music /albums, and I'm going to push finish. It's going to ask me for my credentials for my network attached storage device. So I'm going to put those in right here. And hopefully when I do this, it's going to allow me to connect to my network attached storage via this method. And there it is right there. It has connected and I can see all my data. So I do know it is working. For some reason, Microsoft and Windows 11 is now not displaying my network attached storage device in the network tab. I don't know why that is the case, but at least I can still connect to it. It's just a bit more frustrating that when you click here, you used to be able to connect to it right here, but now it's not being displayed. So let's try and connect to the web page right here. I'm going to click on this link right here, and this will open up the desktop for our network attached storage. So I'm going to go there and click on that to access the dashboard. And it should look something like this. Your connection is not private. That's fine. I'm going to go to Hide Advanced, click on that button, and now put in my credentials one more time. And hopefully when I put my credentials in, I should be able to connect. So I should have two-factor authentication on here. So I'll quickly do all of this off camera and connect to my network attached storage device. So let's go ahead and do that last part here. And we should be able to then connect. Now, once we're connected to the dashboard of our network attached storage device, you've got a couple of settings in here that you can check just to make sure that you are set up right on the dashboard side of things. So let's go ahead and go to control panel here. And inside control panel, there's a few settings that you can check here to make sure to see whether it's visible. Now, it's important that you are fully up to date on all of the firmware updates and updates that your network attached storage device roll out to you. So make sure that's fully updated. Mine is fully updated. But inside here, I want to go to File Services here. And inside here, I want to look, and I'm on the SMB tab. Just want to make sure that that is all enabled and everything is working as is and set up exactly how it should be. And we're going to go down here and make sure that it says make it visible on a Windows-based system. And that is at the bottom of the page. It's called WS Discovery. Local network devices can be used, network discovery, to access files for your Synology network attached storage device, or NAS, as you see here. And I've enabled that, and it's already been enabled, so it should be visible. But there has been some changes in the SMB policies that Microsoft have changed, which made things a little bit more difficult for some people to be able to see their network attached storage device. So there's my settings right here. You'll be able to see yours on your NAS as well to see whether you've got it set up right. And if it is an SMB1 type network attached storage device, then it's going to be pretty old, and you will need to enable SMB1 in your Windows system. But if you're using a modern network attached storage device, then you shouldn't be enabling that feature. It will make it visible straight away, by enabling that, but you shouldn't do it because of the security risks that come with it in the 2025. Now, like I said, accessing third-party network attached storage devices with SMB in Windows 11 have changed. You can see here, by default, SMB signing in is required on all connections. And also, you can see guest fallback is disabled on Windows 11 Pro editions. So there's the changes that Microsoft made in Windows 11 24H2. And this caught a lot of people out, and they won't be able to access their network attached storage devices on a Windows based system. So if you have Group Policy Editor for Windows, that is Windows 11 Pro editions, then you can try these two settings right here. If you're still having issues and you can't detect your network attached storage device, I'll quickly show them here. But we're going to come down here, and what we need to do is we need to go to Computer Configuration. Then you're going to want to click on Windows Settings, open that window up, and then go to Security Settings. And inside Security Settings, we're going to come down to where it says Local Policies, and then Security Options inside here. So what you're looking for here is come down to where it says Microsoft Network Client, digitally signed communications always. You'll see that it hasn't been configured. So you can double click on this one right here. And what this is going to do is disable the SMB client sign-in requirement that Microsoft have now introduced. So if you're having difficulty in connecting to your network attached storage, then you might want to set this to disabled and be able to connect to your network attached storage device. If you're having to do these, you've probably got a pretty old NAS and you're having to tweak it by doing these settings, because on modern network attached storage devices like my one, I don't have to set this to disabled. But if you've got a pretty old one, you're probably going to need to do this to be able to access it if you're using Windows 11 and you're trying to access your network attached storage. So I'm going to cancel out of that, but you will need to put that to disabled if you've got a pretty old NAS. Now, there is one more setting you can change, which will disable the guest fallback protection, which is another one that is not advisable to disable. But if you're having trouble connecting and you've got an old network attached storage device, then you might need to do it. So you can see here under this option right here, Compute Configuration, Administrative Templates, Network and LAN Workstation, you can see we do have one right here where it says Enable Insecure Guest Logons. And it's this one right here. You should see it, Enable Insecure Guest Logons. You can double click on this one right here. And this is if you have guest logons here and you want to enable this. Again, what you are doing is obviously enabling this feature. And of course, by doing so, you are going to enable the SMB client to allow insecure guest logons. So remember, these are the new security features that Microsoft have added in place to protect you if you're using an older network attached storage device. So I'm going to leave these not configured because I've got a pretty modern network attached storage device and it's working perfectly fine. If you've got Windows 11 Home or Windows 10 Home, you can use these commands inside PowerShell. You can see in there, set SMB client configuration and so on. And the other one is the same thing. These ones right here. So there's the first one and it's set to false and the other one is set to true. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only. Do your own research and follow at your own risk. It goes without saying. Hopefully, you should have your network attached storage device visible or even be able to connect to it and access your data on your network attached storage device. If you are using a pretty old network attached storage device that supports SMB1, it's probably time to think about upgrading and buying a new network attached storage device because it is getting a bit of a security risk using SMB1. Anyway, but that said, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to my YouTube members, whether you're tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 support. I really do appreciate it. And I shall catch you in the very next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.